Shout out to LTTV.
Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. Alright, so a lot's been going on with Fresh and Fit lately. Allegedly their Airbnb was robbed in one of their meet and greet cities. I think it was Dallas. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to cover some old shit because y'all requested this. This is a fan's request or a supporter's request, so we're going to get into this. This has been covered by so many people. I thought this was like beating a dead horse, but y'all wanted me to cover this, so shout out to y'all. What up to y'all in the chat? Whenever the chat starts going. Well, let me see that. All right, so what I did with this one, y'all. So this lying ass 19-year-old girl that Myron was fucking with came to the podcast with a motive. People thought she was a plant. They got it right. She's a plant.
Yeah, I gotta get security. I want this man out of my sight right here. Get him out of here.
Cross out man in that drop. Put in woman. Because they should have got her the fuck out of there from the jump. But Myron made the mistake that I often say everybody that fucks with fresh and fit girls do. They make that same mistake, and that mistake is fucking with fresh and fit girls. Girls that come to the show, is a no-no. It always goes left. I can't say always because they ran through a bunch of these bitches, but there's been a lot of problems. We've been through the names. I've listed the names of people that went through some sort of turmoil dealing with fresh and fit girls, whether it be Tommy Sotomayor, whether it be DJ Academics, everybody. It's a long list. Fresh went through his problems. Myron went through his problems. But what I did right here is compile every single time this girl said a word on this podcast. So this is a long compilation. This includes little clips from what Abba and Preach had to say about this, because you know it's bad when Abba and Preach have something to say about it in defense of Fresh and Fit. They don't fuck with these niggas. Abba and Preach to this, they don't fuck with Fresh and Fit, but they came to their defense talking about this with some fraudulent Me Too bullshit, and she came with a motive. So there's been plenty of receipts. Fresh and Fit did a 5-hour breakdown. They combated a bunch of people that had their points trying to articulate that he was being a predator, and we have clips of that in this reaction. But first we're gonna focus on everything she said while being on that podcast, because she came with a motive to come and try to challenge Myron, and we're going to see if she did a successful job, which she probably already knows she didn't. But let's get into every time she spoke on the podcast.
About you.
So my name.
Mind y'all, this was a 3-hour or 3.5-hour podcast. I'm pretty sure I got everything, but there may have been a 1-2 moments that slipped through the cracks here, but it is what it is, man.
My name is Daniela. I'm 19 years old. Right now I'm not working, but I am in school. And my highest...
That's water, guys.
Yeah, it's water.
That's water, guys. It ain't alcohol.
Water. It is.
Water.
But my highest level of education is...
We're in college now.
Yeah, I'm in college now, but like highest for now is high school.
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah, which, right, 19 years old. Fair
Yeah.
enough. You probably don't want to drop where you go to school, right? Is it a big university?
No, I'm doing community college right now because I'm trying
Smart.
to save my money because I don't know what I want to do exactly yet. So I feel like I'm saving my money by going to community. So
Smart. Yeah. No, and that's typically frowned upon, going to community college for 2 years and then, transferring those credits to a bigger university. But that's actually the way to go, man, in today's day and age. Because I'll tell you how this college tuition rates are outrageous.
High as hell.
Outrageous. Like University of Miami right now, bro, $75,000 a year.
Suck my dick.
Bro, back in 2009, I know I'm showing my age right now. When I applied for college, it was $30,000 to $40,000 per year. Now it's $75K a year. Fucking outrageous.
And you might not even get a job.
Yeah, that's the craziest part.
Exactly.
Stupid.
So anyway, okay.
Scam.
And single?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
single.
cool. Welcome back, Bianca. Sebastian, if anyone on the panel is a plant, just say it now and get it out of the way. Yo.
Who here's the plant? You're growing right now. Who's the plant? You need some water to grow?
Thank you, Chris.
What?
My hand was
Trying to
full.
be funny, bro.
Yeah, basically, the reason why they're saying that is because two or three girls came on the show last week, and they all had some kind of stupid ass agenda
I'm a
to
booty
talk
queen.
shit, yeah,
I'm like,
and
come
try
on,
to
man.
So they would say some wild shit, and then we kind of all right, well, tell us, how substantiate your argument. They weren't able to do it, and then they would just act a
feel
fool
like
and
on
get
this
kicked
clip-
out. One of them, actually, we never had to do anything. The girls pretty much will fight with them.
Yeah.
One chick was gonna beat one up, and I was like, all right, we gotta kick you out now because this chick is gonna beat the shit out of you, bro. So
you can.
yeah. LMFAO, I believe the beanie is the plant. Okay,
Uh-oh.
we'll see. They think
So
you're
they're
the plant.
I wouldn't say that.
Uh-oh.
I have my opinion.
All right, so we got $5 from Jumping Like Jordan. Question for the ladies: what's the best advice you've ever received that stuck to you or humbled you? Round the table on this one.
Yeah.
All right, we'll start right here. Things and
If you do it right the first time, you'll never have to do it a second time.
Oh.
my dad always used to tell me that.
Damn.
Good quote.
I can't really think of advice, but I was always told remember where you came from.
Okay.
So before you judge others or remember where you came from.
All right. Fair enough.
That's fire.
Everybody ain't your friend.
Yours should have been.
Yo, you can tell she stabbed somebody, bro. Hey, everybody ain't your friend, bro.
Yo,
I've stabbed several.
Yours should have been speak louder.
Is Danny thick? She looks like she is also he.
Oh, Danny.
Oh, yeah.
Go on up
Yeah.
if you're thick.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know.
Profound.
All right. Jake's Move Lifestyle. Check out the thumbnail and you guys can see.
I don't think you need to have a side dude. It depends on the situation. That's the thing. If you're in a relationship, then no side dudes. Because if you want respect, then it's got to be reciprocated with the other. But if you guys are just talking, and you gotta have your backup sometimes.
Keeping it real.
Okay.
I like that.
So is it fair to say that you have had a guy that you were talking to with someone else's backup?
Not talking, but like when I knew I was gonna be pursued as something else, then I slowly just stopped talking to other people besides that guy. But if it's no,
So you actually cut out all your options?
and I had one guy.
Do you feel like guys play games a lot?
Yeah, I think so.
That's fair.
All right.
Bianca.
Bianca does not share.
She
I
can
don't
tell me
know.
all niggas.
I
Alright,
do
cool.
not.
What about you?
Same thing goes for a girl shouldn't have a side guy, a guy shouldn't have a side chick. Same thing, like what I said before, respect should be reciprocated between the two. So there's no
Shut up, Meg.
privilege in being a girl or a boy when it comes to having side people.
I respectfully disagree, but we could discuss it later on in the show.
Okay.
He's putting you in
But
a Rolls Royce, your own home, paid for, everything's Gucci. Just every now and then he steps out.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, because honestly, I feel like if you need a side chick or if I need a side guy, then we shouldn't be together because we're both looking two different places. And if we want more than one person, then we're not meant for each other.
Interesting. I'm gonna make a note of that. So you think men and women are the same? Like we're the same? Equal?
No, not in every sense. I'm saying for this topic right now.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
what I mean.
when it comes to a relationship, then it's two people in the relationship. So that's when we're equal because it's not one-sided. So one guy can't just have a side chick and the girl just can't have a guy. There has to be
Unity.
Yeah.
But if they're not equal, wouldn't it be fair to say that their standards aren't equal either?
No.
Okay. We'll revisit this. No problem. All right. So you.
Now, this is the one time I actually oddly agree with her, because when it comes to relationship building and family building for the average people, monogamy is the best choice. The best choice is the best option for to have a conducive family building. This high value shit changes the equation. We're talking about average people. I would agree with that. That's not what's happening though. That's what should be happening. That's kind of like idealistic, blue pill-ish, but that's not what's happening. So it is what it is, man. Live with reality.
You think it should be both sides? Hey,
Yeah,
no
both
side
sides.
people on both
Yeah,
sides. Okay, regardless of the man's capabilities.
Nope. Same
Okay.
thing for the girls, for her capability.
See, regardless of the man's capabilities, high value talk. Then they switch the topic. It's not the topic, but they switch. It's kind of like, okay, men and women are different, but only the high value men get the standards of acting upon the difference between men and women. Other regular folks, they just got to live with whatever they got to live with.
Ladies too, neither of them should have.
All right, cool. I'll make a note of that. What about you?
All right, fair enough. What about you?
What, video games?
Yeah.
I've been playing video games since I was young, but I like
You look like you played The Sims.
I actually did.
I did
used to
too.
love
Fucking knew
it.
it. Probably making a female-only utopia.
Yeah.
No men.
No men allowed.
There are no men allowed. All the girls are wearing beanies and Carhartts, baby. We don't need no niggas. We got this shit.
Yeah.
Some people never finish.
Never played The Sims?
I love The Sims.
Bianca.
I don't like.
Oh no, JK. What else do you play though?
No, but
cut you.
I like to play like Call of Duty games. Like I was really big on them.
Okay.
Oh, Duty.
But,
Are you
yeah.
are you actually good?
Yeah, I mean, I've been told I'm pretty good.
That's a rhetorical question. The answer is no.
No,
Yo,
but I have been playing.
I remember you said that.
Yeah, I have been playing. I stopped for a while because I didn't get the PS5, so I haven't been playing video games much. Yeah.
Someone buy her a PS5.
We could get
Someone buy her a
We gotta get out of the way.
PS5. What's your cash app? What's your cash app?
What is it? Oh, Danny Banani 6. Whoever wants to buy me a PS5.
Send her money so she could buy herself a PS5.
Hey man, if I find y'all niggas doing that shit, bro, you owe me.
Stop it! Stop it!
You owe me
No, that'll
something.
be. Tell Ronda Rousey to smile. Jay. I think
What
they're
is
speaking
Ronda
of
Rousey?
this.
Yeah, everyone thinks that I'm like always mean or mad. That's just my face.
I mean, it
Literally.
could be the beanie or
Yeah.
you know the
Resting bitch face.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Like
Yeah.
people tell me all the time, you can smile. All right.
Well, I literally saw you
Yeah.
drag some corpse in here right before. So I mean, what do you
Yeah,
think?
don't
Allegedly.
tell- Why are you
Yourself.
telling them? You're not supposed to tell them.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Yeah. Elka, $10. Remember, guys, if she has stuck with you during poverty, sickness, and tragedy, then you should either dump her or trade her. She is the source of your bad luck, King.
I think that's hilarious. That's actually really funny.
City boys, we up. Ladies, would you date a virgin?
Ooh. Real quick, yes or no?
No. No, I would.
Cap.
You would?
Cap.
Stop
It depends.
I would.
A virgin?
Yeah.
Stop the
They got.
Wow.
Good.
All right, he didn't play his actual drop, so
cap.
run that shit through.
It's a total fabrication.
Lie! Fucking lie! 1, 2, 3. We don't give a fuck about none of that.
I think the real question is, would you fuck a virgin? Not would you date a virgin?
Neither.
That's what's gonna lead to. Why, he's not gonna date you for any other reason.
Would you
No.
fuck her?
Him, but you.
I would, because you gotta, with him being a virgin, you could teach him. You could teach him all the right stuff.
Yeah, but why is he a virgin? How old is he?
I mean, at least he's
What's his
man.
problem? I'm
That's other issues
confused.
that you're not seeing right now. Anytime.
Bounds. Man, Frank Castle, Consuela, a lot of these women can't articulate the thoughts in their head, and it's a waste of my time. Ladies, do y'all consider yourself average women? Oh, shit. Let's go around the table. You consider yourself an average woman?
Oh, you gotta start with me first. I'm not.
Okay.
What about you, Miss Jersey?
I give myself a 10. I'm confident with myself.
Okay. And then what about you, Miss Silent? Anyone else here watch anime want to weigh in?
Yeah, see, this is the thing, man. All these other girls' answers got cut out from every question that's asked in this podcast. It's only hers. We're just fixated on what she came to the podcast for, because she came with an agenda. So we're just covering what she said, and then we're gonna break down all the lies that she brought to the H3 podcast. See, I don't watch the H3 podcast. A lot of y'all have been wanting me to do a reaction to the H3 podcast interview. I have a little bit of it in this compilation, but I don't watch them niggas. I don't see the appeal. No offense, I haven't watched enough to understand the appeal for it, but I see. I'm like, I'm not into this shit. And the fact that he had no journalistic integrity, I don't know if he's a journalist or whatever. I don't know what the fuck he does. But the fact that he didn't combat some of her obvious fabrications and he didn't like ask her questions that were quite obvious questions to ask in the situation. I looked at that. I'm like, okay, you're just trying to make Myron and them look bad. So he had a clear agenda. He wasn't keeping a thou. That did not make me inspired to watch H3 podcasts. It is what it is, man. People are going to say whatever the fuck they want about me saying this, but...
Nigga, you just hating, feel me? That's why you ain't never gonna have no paper, ain't never gonna have no bitches, feel me?
Wait, what? Fucking lie!
That's what I got from it. It is what it is, man.
I love that.
What do you watch?
The basic one. Attack
Sailor
on-
Moon, probably, because there's no men.
Attack on
Attack on
Titan.
Titan.
There is a man. It's
Attack on
AOT.
Titan, yeah.
AOT.
Yeah.
Asian Twitter coming for y'all. Psych. We ain't bitches. We just improve.
Who dabbles or cheats a little bit more, men or women, and why? I
Better
wanna start-
question, sir.
I think men cheat more, but that's because they get caught too fast.
All right, before they were talking about an anime conversation. I wanted to give my perspective on that, but you know what? I'm going to hold off on that. We're going to have an anime discussion of our own at another date.
I think women know how to hide it better. So-
Okay.
That
Facts. Okay.
Hold on. Let me see what you said it right there.
I think men cheat more, but that's because they get caught too fast. I think women know how to hide it better. So-
Okay.
That
Facts.
part.
Okay.
All right. Women cheat more. 2022, women absolutely cheat more. They get caught way less. Women cheat more. The fuck out of here. Y'all kidding me? I know niggas that are still with their women and they had no idea that that girl belonged to the streets on their watch.
I'm gonna say men, cause you guys don't know.
I have to agree with my boy Black Lemur. I think women do cheat more, and they've had some studies where they pretty much found that they're equal. But let's be honest here, women are far less likely to report cheating, right? Because it has way more serious consequences for them cheating.
Yeah, and they don't count condoms or stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
or periods.
Chris, that
periods.
stupid shit. And then also the other thing too, I would argue that for women to cheat, the threshold is much easier to cross. And what I mean by that is if a woman entertains a man, that's cheating. Whereas like for a man entertaining a woman isn't necessarily cheating because you can try, but that does not necessarily mean the girl's going to give you the time of day. You know what I'm saying? Because women at the end of the day are the gatekeepers to sex. So as a guy, you can try, but it don't matter. But as a woman, if you enter...
Yeah, you can try. There's niggas that get dogged out. Girls be posting Instagram screenshots saying, oh, your man's trying to slide in my DM, but I don't want him, blah, blah, blah. Just dogging, clowning them. But the second a girl responds to a dude's DM, that's automatic cheating. What are you doing expressing interest?
It's cheating just because it's so easy. The easier it is to get sex, the easier it is to cross that threshold of cheating, in my opinion, from how I look at it. But all right.
I don't really go to social media because that's very childish, but I used to when I was younger. I did, and I as I grew up, I realized it was like stupid because people just like when you post to social media about like your problems and stuff, people aren't watching it because they care about you. They're watching it for the entertainment.
Yeah.
So that's
Talk
why
shit.
over some time, like I learned the hard way that people were just interested in my life just to be nosy rather than.
Yeah, they're looking at your fucking live like, just
Yeah.
laughing at you.
Stop the So I have a theory, right? Girls go to TikTok to talk about their problems, and they won't say
Twitter.
they won't say
Yeah,
directly.
yeah. I would say
They'll
Twitter.
make a funny video like, "Oh, how I finished this guy," or "Look at his text, look at his chat."
That's facts,
and that's how you let it out.
Yep, all the young girls are doing that on TikTok. All the 30-plus-year-old girls are doing that on Twitter.
In a kind of like indirect way. It's funny. Okay, question or story?
Oh, like for like the time that guy hurt me.
Yeah. Or a disagreement or something like that with what we said. Guys, we're at 3.7K. Like the goddamn video, get us to 6 so that we can make this announcement.
Well, the first time that the biggest thing I think about is my first love too. Same thing as you. I was in high school and I was dating this guy, and it wasn't long term. Like it was like 6-7 months, but it was still like serious for me because my first relationship.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
Long story short, we were getting into fights around the end of the relationship, and we had broken up, so we went on a break, and he told me that, oh, we're just gonna go on a break because just to think about things. And I was like, something's wrong because the last.
Y'all come here. Y'all bring y'all stupid asses the fuck here. All right. Yo, what the fuck? All right, y'all bring your asses here. If someone says they want a break from y'all, that breaks means they fucking. They hitting these streets and they fucking. That's all a break means. On your watch, with your face still relevant to their name, they're hitting the streets and they're fucking. Man or woman, someone says they're taking a break from you, they're fucking. Whoa. So you're getting back to that person, or you're getting back with that person after that break with some extra mileage.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Because they fucking.
The last girl that he was with, he told me that he was going on a break with her, but he was never going to speak to her again. So I put the puzzle pieces together, and I was like, something's like, fishy. So I brought it up to him, and he was like, okay, we'll work on things. And I checked it, like I looked at his phone because it was like right next to us, and there was a girl texting him. So I go through the phone, and I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And found out that the break was not for a break. It was for him to talk to other people and everything but we eventually, being young and dumb, but I still try to work on things with him. And there was a girl involved, and not involved, but she had come up to me as a friend in a friendly way, and she said, oh, let me help you out, I'll talk to him for you. Turns out the next day they were hooking up. And,
Whoa.
But the thing was, he's trying to get back with me at the same time I was doing this with her, and I had to find out the hard way where I was at dance practice, and people were sending me pictures of them at the mall together.
Was this at the competition?
Huh?
Was this at the competition?
No, this was our practice.
Ronda Rousey, you should have beat her up.
You both
no,
danced?
but so
That's how we met.
Yeah, we danced together. But so I found out that, and then they told me that they weren't together, and she felt bad, and he was like, I'm sorry, so we ended up just not talking. Memorial Day weekend comes, and they're both snapping me at his shore house with his family together, like, hi, here you go. And yeah, so after that, it was my junior year of high school, so it was kind of I don't really like to think back at that time because I've grown from it, but they kind of humiliated me in front of the whole school. They were posting. Yikes. This is when I was talking about social media, when I was being childish and we were going back and forth on social media. She was posting with him like, I got your man, and I was like, oh, weird. It was just a bunch of fighting and stuff. But yeah, that was the first time that I actually was heartbroken, and yeah.
I'm pretty impressed. That was some really good investigative work right there. Holy shit. God damn.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
You don't say.
He has something for everything.
That's crazy though. So in your humble opinion, do you hold that into your new relationships when you go forward, or is it it's in the past, you kind of got over it?
I've had conversations with people about this. I don't believe in people saying, oh, well, I act the way I do because of trust issues or because of past relationships, because they're in the past for a reason. So you don't, it's holding grudges doesn't do really anything for you, but negativity. And it's just all
Stop the cap.
It's a total fabrication.
Emotional damage.
She tried to do the same thing to Myron. She tried to play him. She came here with a motive. She came here on the absolute fuckery. But her past trauma has nothing to do with that.
It's a total fabrication.
Emotional damage.
I feel like you stress yourself out more when you sit here worrying about what happened in the past and the new relationship. And what was I getting at?
No, because for me, personally, if I meet somebody, right, and I feel like their past is holding them back, I can't take it serious. Because you're still stuck in that mindset.
Yeah, I could understand that too, but I do understand why people are like that though, how they feel because I've been there before. We've all I've been I had trust issues, but over some time I was this is a new person. This isn't the past person.
Exactly.
So, but the only thing that you can really do is just be careful. Just don't trust so easily. Just don't hold the new person against what the past person did.
Turns them away.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that's facts though.
Bianca, what about you?
We'll start here. Would you be okay with your man dealing with sex workers every now and then to scratch that itch?
You're tired from work. You don't want to deal with anything.
Yeah.
You know, babe, I'm gonna just go step out real quick.
Yes or
Bust
no?
a nut, come back.
What about you?
I feel like he shouldn't be fucking anybody at all.
What was that, Miss Sims?
No, I said like just a hey.
Oh, okay.
Sims is a good game, but anyways, I feel like he shouldn't be fucking anybody at all. But yeah, no.
No.
But hold on. If you can't give it to him, why
Yeah.
not?
So what if it's your period?
He got needs. Like he gotta
Go take care of yourself in the fucking bathroom.
What?
No, not even.
I ain't whacking it.
We don't
Bro,
jerk. Men don't jerk off anymore.
You guys, you
moms
guys
do.
whack the
No
you wake
facts.
up, you whack. You
Wait, how do you know?
you
Wait,
finish
how do you know?
breakfast, you whack.
How do you know, Bianca?
Man,
I'm sorry, I think Bianca has a dick,
guys
bro.
in
Well, wait, I
my
have a
in my
question.
family.
I have a question.
Good.
So,
They
like,
share.
Like, okay, like he comes home, okay, and we're tired or whatever. Because what if my man doesn't do good in bed? So is it okay if I go to a sex
So
worker?
Ooh, girl.
why is he your man then?
Huh?
Yeah, why is he?
Why is he
in
your
there?
man?
What?
Why am I your girl if you're
That's facts. That's facts, Fresh. That's facts. Why is he your man then?
upset that I
I have
can't
the
have
answer
sex
for
with you
that one.
night?
Yeah, but would you want to be with
What?
somebody else if you loved
Yeah.
your man and he just wasn't good in bed?
Mm.
No.
You tricking my
Ooh,
trip card.
That's
Toys.
a good one.
No, but like I don't know. I just feel like
You wouldn't feel
March.
like guilty, cheating. Like, would you even want to be with somebody else if you really loved him?
no. But the same thing goes for him too. Like, why would he want to go hook up?
Yeah,
with
but
a sex
guys
worker?
don't think that way.
Well,
they think about sex.
That's
The same way
I
they
beg
were
to
saying, like a
differ.
guy.
That's
I beg to differ.
yeah.
There's guys out there that are 100.
You're looking at it like, well, if he wants to go and entertain another woman, why should I entertain another
Now, I fucked up by cutting that part out, but she was about to say something so outrageous. Fuck. It is what it is.
guy? And the reason why that isn't the same is because men and women don't look at sex the same at all. Like, women tend to look at it as an emotional connection between a man. They got to build to that level, whereas a man can basically fuck anything, to be honest with you, and not really have emotional attachment to it. Like a man, just like you said earlier, very perfectly, actually, is capable of having sex with other women, but loving his main girl the same. Whereas you, on the other hand, if you're cheating on your guy with another dude, it's pretty much 99% sure that you no longer love your man.
This is facts because Myron didn't even like this girl. He just wanted to fuck. He tried to kiss her. He said her breath stinks. He was ripping her boobs. He didn't even like her like that. He just wanted to fuck. That's men for you.
Most women are not capable of doing that. Are there girls out there that are potentially capable of smashing another guy while loving their guy the same? Yeah, but I would argue 95% of girls are going to feel some.
Montrell Rather says people need to take notes from Fresh and Fit and Johnny Depp to keep receipts and record everything during these times or during the times of Believe All Women era. That's facts. That's absolute facts because all the receipts that Myron kept helped him in this situation because she was creating all sorts of tall tales. Same as Johnny Depp. You have to. Even if you're out here cheating, you got to keep all the receipts. You got to keep all the text messages. You got to keep everything. You got to risk your relationship on the line if you're out there doing that slimy shit because at the end of the day, would you want some girl coming out to you like, yo,
Come on out, you rapist!
on some fake ass accusations and then everybody thinks you're that and the media's dogging you out and
Go to jail, you son of a bitch! All right, hold on, man. You go to jail!
because you don't want to keep the receipts because you're belonging to the streets while cheating, you got to keep the receipts now in the Believe All Women era. It's a dirty world out here. But those are the games you want to play if you're doing that too. But this is not cheating. This is straight single shit fucking girls and they want to get people all fucked up over this bullshit. This is crazy nowadays. You really do have to keep everything. Phone records, text messages, IG conversations, screenshots of it because people want to delete shit. You got to keep all sorts of records. And that's why it's like if you talk to people on Snapchat, what records are you keeping? All sorts of it's dangerous. It's a dangerous era we live in. You got to stay on point though.
We're in a different era. Get over it. Whoa!
Type of way and not cheat on their man if they actually respect and admire and love him. Because when a woman is really in love with a guy, all other men are invisible to her. Versus for a man, if you're in love with your girl, you're still going to look at the menu. That's just the unfortunate reality of how men operate versus how women operate. So I don't agree with you that a woman wanting to exercise options the same as men. because for a woman to exercise options, she's got to get to a certain point emotionally.
This is where I hit y'all with a curveball. I disagree with Myron here. This is idealistic thinking for women. That this is like old traditional women. If you look at the women nowadays, in today's day and age, most of them aren't the traditional women we're used to. A lot of them are hoes. And the rules change for hoes. And I think niggas really need to accept that. And that's why people fall into the trap of trying to wife a hoe, because they think, oh, when this girl truly loves me, she's not going to do X, Y, and Z because she truly loves me. Nope.
We're in a different era. Get over it. Whoa!
If she's a hoe, she's going to be a hoe. And there's nothing you can do to save her.
God damn.
And that's why I think a lot of women operate like men nowadays. They're going to do what they want. That's why more women cheat than men nowadays. There's married women that claim they love their man, walk down the aisle with the man, ingratiate themselves with that man's family, but yet they're trying to fuck a nigga like me on the side. So,
God damn.
coming home to his wife like,
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
I'm not having that, man. These women out here are foul too. It is what it is, man.
To even be able to do it. And once she reaches that point, there's really no way that she loves her husband at the same time. Because I said at the top of the show, respect is a necessary ingredient for female love.
I rock with that message. This is for women, not for these hoes. And there's majority hoes out here nowadays. Y'all gotta accept that and live with it.
What say you?
Okay, fair enough. All right. If you think of
I
anything,
agree
let
with
me
you
know.
100%.
No, but it was
too.
like I was gonna say it earlier, but like I didn't want to interrupt you. But
Yeah, sure.
like talking about like standards and stereotypes when it comes to like guys and girls and all this stuff. I don't understand how like people. How do you expect there to be a change, or how do you expect there to be like anything if you don't work on it? Like we're just sitting here like talking about the stereotypes and entertaining it. So like when are we gonna make room for change?
So when you say change, what specifically do you mean?
Like change, like you had something before, like I can't remember, but
if it comes back to you, feel free to like say.
So you mean like,
yeah.
When are we gonna break the cycle of like cheating and not being
no,
loving?
not cheating. There was something specific that we were talking about, but obviously like when I sit here and like it's the reality, like you can't really change it. But then again, like how do you expect? I'm trying to think of like what exactly you said.
If it comes back to you, just interrupt and say it, because I
Okay.
want to say real quick. I want to give you your flowers real fast. Thank you for not interrupting me.
Yeah.
That's something that so many girls on this fucking show don't understand. They just like cut in and interrupt or whatever. And I appreciate that you let me get my point out. So if it comes out, just fucking blurt it out, and I'll make a note of it, and we can discuss.
Bianca.
Myron even gave her credit during this conversation, and she came with a motive.
You ready?
Well, no, she was last, right?
No.
Didn't she?
Yeah.
And I'll say this real quick. Each of you guys probably have a favorite handbag and shoes that go together, right?
No,
No.
not me.
Okay, well maybe you have a favorite beanie and a Carhartt jacket that you like.
Yeah.
But either way, the point I'm trying to make is that you have like a favorite outfit or something that you actually like or whatever, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna wear it every single day. You like to switch it up and change it. That's kind of how guys are about women. It's just that most guys can't be honest about
but
that.
the thing is,
Sure, go ahead.
okay, it's an analogy or metaphor or whatever, but like an outfit is different than a girl.
Not really.
Sometimes
No,
I get it.
No,
It's
but like,
worse though because women are exponentially different. The outfit is very simple.
Right.
Getting another flavor of woman or whatever is getting a whole new experience, a whole new life. Like it's a different lifestyle that girl has lived, a different perspective, a different outlook, a different body, a different look. It's almost like you're kind of proving a point that it's not the same. It's even
and not
more.
only that, men their values derive from their status, and a part of your status besides your profession, your income, etc. Because with men, it's a multivariate and equation as far like where their value comes from. A part of that is the caliber of women that they can attract and they're around. It's one thing if you have a lot of money and you're successful and people know who you are. It's another thing when you walk into a club with two baddies on your arm. That's a statement. Just like when you walk around with, maybe not you, but like, some nice heels and a bag that no other bitch got. Same exact thing with men. It's very similar.
Wait, hold on.
God damn.
Wait, hold on.
Just like when you walk around with, maybe not you, but like, some
Maybe not you. You don't walk around like
nice
this.
heels and a bag that no other bitch got. Same exact thing with men.
So he basically said when you walk around like a bad bitch, he said, hold on, maybe not you, because you coming through like Eminem out here.
It's very similar.
So,
hold on.
You don't have to understand. You don't have to like it, but as long as you kind of understand where I'm coming from,
Yeah, well,
I know it sounds terrible. Like, are we objects?
No.
But
We have two different opinions, but like just
fair enough. All right. Did you have something? Chat. Why would men want multiple relationships? Men love variety and ownership. Different girls provide different things. We want it all. Elite men, at least. New Jersey girl resents biological reality, common amongst Northeastern indoctrinated women.
Elite men, at least. It's facts. And that's the problem I generally have with Fresh and Fit, because they're right when it comes to everything pertaining to this girl and her goddamn lies. But when it comes to these generalizations, when it comes to these conversations about relationships and side chicks and blah, 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 it's like we have a general conversation about men and women, and we're speaking in generalities, and then for some reason we switch it to high-value men, men of a certain status can do X, Y, and Z, but we're having a conversation about the general gist, or not the general gist, the general population, the general people. But then we switch to high-value men for a modifier when it comes to extra women and side chicks. So I'm like, okay, you got to be a little more consistent with that, because we're talking about the average general people, and then you switch to a modifier. So I don't like that when they do that in that type of debate. But other than that, keep it pushing, keep doing your thing.
Do you have a rebuttal for that?
Not really. I don't think I resent biological reality. I think I just don't like the fact that it's normalized how men cheat and women are, but.
You think it's normalized, honestly?
I think it is normalized. I think it's normal that we could just sit here and say, yeah, men can cheat, so get over it.
I would say women can cheat.
No, but regardless, we shouldn't be sitting here normalizing or like making an excuse for cheating because it's wrong at the end of the day.
Still happens. It is.
Would you consider cheating even when the guy tells the girl up front? Because we do tell guys.
It's still cheating.
You still consider it cheating?
It's cheating
Okay.
because you did it, but it was
cap.
honest. But
that's absolute cap. If you tell them right like up front, this is what we're doing. Like Michael Blackson. One side chick a month. They knocked it down. They had a deal with him and his fiance, soon to be wife. One side chick a month. They got them rules. Michael Blackson kind of goes over the rules sometimes, fucking the ex chick here and there. You know what I mean? It is what it is. What you want him to do? He has deals. It's open. He gets one chick a month. It's up front. She's trying to change it now. They're on that marriage boot camp thing or whatever reality show they're on. She's trying to change up the deal now that they're getting married. She's trying to boot out the side chicks. But it was up front, so that's not cheating. Not at all. It's up front.
But cheating is the act of sleeping, adultery.
Right, but they had the heads up though.
But that's
so you could
So by her logic, polygamous relationships are also cheating, although they all consent to it. There's a video that I need to break down. There's a man that has 5 wives. He has kids with them. They're all living in the same house. There's a whole polygamy breakdown I need to do, but
if you know he's gonna go do it, then you should just leave.
No, but they're talking about he upfront and honestly admitted to it, or said he was going to do it.
No, preemptively before the relationship.
Okay, before that, no, it's not cheating because he didn't do it yet.
Yeah. I don't know if that was clear, but like you're getting into the relationship. Like I tell all girls that I deal with, I'm not gonna be monogamous to you. Like that's fucking stupid. Like they know right up.
Well, it's
right
not
up
again, cheating is the act of doing it. Like if you say it, then you're not doing it.
No, we're not with that either.
Okay.
But with that said, we tell women all the time, being honest, if you're dealing with a man of a certain caliber, expect it. You're dating a millionaire, he's attractive, over 6 feet tall. Come on, man. You got to live in reality. You really think he's only fucking you? Yeah. He's going to be smashing other girls too. So we keep it real with women and we tell them, hey, listen, a lot of guys are not going to be honest with you about it because a lot of guys want to be able to have their cake and eat it too. They're going to tell you, yeah, I love you. You're the only one, but they're going to fuck other chicks because they don't want to lose you.
You know the scary part? Like girls want a certain type of guy, but when it comes to his lifestyle, when he's about, they really don't understand what it really entails. So it's like, yeah, I want this guy, 6 feet tall, a lot of money, good lifestyle. He's gonna fucking cheat on you, 100%.
1000%. So
it's
I
a matter
think
of when.
I think girls just, and we talked about this with the Brittany Renner interview on Academics, where I basically told her, once you get to a certain socioeconomic status, you need to just basically assume it's gonna happen and prepare yourself mentally to accept it. So, what else? Any other chats, Chris?
Yeah, we got some.
Okay. And it goes Fresh and Fit cringe and Eminem controversy Is that Eminem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Metaverse fail.
And then H3 TV. So we're gonna show some love here. Let's subscribe to the channel.
Like the video too, man.
And like the video as well. And we're gonna play an excerpt from this video where I'll just let the video speak for itself. So shout out to H3. Go ahead and show them love, guys. And let's play this clip real fast that he mentioned during this podcast. They spoke about us for about 30 to 40 minutes, and the supporter actually sent me this on DM right before the show. I'm gonna shout him out real quick. Actually,
on Instagram saying, "Hey, we're talking shit about you. Let's go find out."
Yeah. So it was Sadiq Ibrahim.
Did I keep all this shit in here?
_I15. Thank you, bro. You actually sent me this. So this
all right,
is
yo, this is irrelevant shit, but they speak about this has nothing to do with nothing. Let's get back into it. Now let's go into the actual breakdown of the lies that this 19-year-old girl took, because that's all she said on the entire podcast. We're gonna get into the lies she told and the receipts that they bring in Abba and Preach's take and all that bullshit. Full breakdown. But that's all she said throughout the duration of the podcast. She didn't get a single gotcha moment on him. She came there to try to put him in his place. She acted like she successfully did that when she spoke to this nigga on H3. Let's get into a little bit of the H3 podcast conversation before we get into these motherfuckers barring them down with the facts. Let's get into the fabrications before we get into the facts. I don't like that constantly talking about high value man, women to lower their inflated standards. Well, yep, that's strong talking points that stayed the test of time. So people kept using them and kept, drilling that conversation into people's heads about this high value shit. But I don't like the modifier. If we're going to have conversations about general relationships, we shouldn't be adding modifiers. We shouldn't be like, oh, but then we get to this high value. It's like, we don't give a fuck about that shit, nigga. Let's talk about the average motherfuckers if we're talking about the average motherfuckers. But let's get back into it.
So like Walter, yeah.
That's so. Shit, this ain't the start point. Yeah, how are these niggas with copyright strikes? Are they false flagging motherfuckers? Is H3 copyright police as well? I don't think I did any alterations to edit this part of their video out for them to not see it and even give the chance to copyright police, nigga. It'll still get overturned, but who wants to deal with the headaches? Y'all know if H3 are copyright police? Fuck it, we doing it anyway.
Let me know when you're all situated there.
Can you guys hear me better now?
You sound great. Yeah, I think the echo's gone. So you appeared at the beginning of the year. Now, how did you end up on the show?
So basically what had happened was I had, she's my best friend, one of my best friends. She lived out where I live in right now. I live in New Jersey. So she moved out to Miami around like November, September of last year. And when she moved out to Miami, she was like, she had her own apartment. So she was looking for something to financially like support her. So she went on this site where it was like a dating type of site. And, it was for financially,
Sugar
like
daddy.
relationships. Yeah.
All right.
And so she met Fresh on that site.
Dude, that's
and
awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they previously had gotten exposed for that. Like I think a year ago, how they had like a whole dating show, but they were found on this app. So it was kind of contradicting. But she had hung out with him a few times, but it was mostly like they were more friends than anything. So she got pretty close with him, and she ended up flying me out to Miami to visit her for about like a few days. And that's when I had met Fresh myself. So I'm not gonna lie, like he is a very nice person.
Fresh seems very nice. I mean, he just, he's just kind of there, right? I mean, he's not a very sharp guy, and God bless him for that, right?
Yeah, and we also found out that he actually owns the podcast. It's not Myron. Myron's fit, by the way.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Cap. That's also a lie. You know what? How far are we into
Okay,
this?
so we actually, maybe you can shed light.
Man, this girl she just starts lying. Let's get into Abba and Preach. Abba and Preach don't like these niggas. Just understand that. They don't fucks with Fresh and Fit. They've made many videos roasting these niggas. But here they come to the defense of them.
On Saturday, we put out a video in regards to the whole H3 versus FNF stuff, right? We said, yo, honestly, this girl's story don't make no sense. And so, Fresh and Fit came out with their own little live stream and then posted a couple of, long-form conversations. And I thought it would be important to cover some of these receipts, see if what we said was correct. It was. I don't think I need to play this video.
Come on, dude.
It was.
We got back to the apartment and I left my wallet, and I guess it was a gift from God, but I left my wallet in Myron's car because he was the one driving. And Myron gets the wallet, and Walter was like, oh, he wants your friend's number if he's going to bring back the wallet, meaning me.
I need your friend's number if I'm going to bring back the wallet?
Here we go. Okay. She asked me, what did he say?
So at no point in this does he say, I need my key, I need your number. He ends up going and giving her the keys. Okay? So that's the problem.
Bitch, you're a whole bum.
She made up the whole. Okay.
You're a whole.
This whole quid pro quo.
You're a whole ass bum, my girl.
Hold up. And so this is the second part. This is the part that made me laugh. So remember, she's like, oh, I don't know how to get home. All this other stuff. Like, yeah, I feel stranded.
I'm gonna show y'all how lazy and entitled these girls are, and how close they actually were, where they could have went ahead and gotten it themselves. Bureau of Prisons down Miami. You guys want to see how fucking lazy these chicks are?
10 minutes.
1 mile.
If you don't get the fuck out of here.
1 mile.
My girl.
1 mile.
Whoa, wow.
1 mile. Okay. Everybody got data on their phone. You punch in the GPS, boom, you gone. I'm stranded. You getting up after these dudes to get your keys back. They're 1 mile away. Do you know how entitled and fucking lazy you have to be to forget some shit after you get a ride from somebody and to demand that they come deliver it to you? They're 1 mile away. But anyways, let's keep playing.
He's going to bring back the wallet, meaning me. So I was like, sure, like I need my wallet. Like I'm not going to text this guy anyways. He gets my number and then he tried to maintain a conversation with me like through text. And I was like not answering him because I had gotten my wallet back.
But wait, who initiates the fucking conversation?
Yo, don't say wallet now.
So she contacted me. So how would I demand to get her number if she was the one that contacted me first? But, right? So she's saying, "Oh, I didn't talk with him. I didn't text him back." Just go play it through real quick, Chris, and we're gonna analyze parts of this conversation later on.
Shout out to Tim Pool, man.
Shout out to our guy Tim Pool. But look, she's not texting me. Look at that. That looks like a fucking conversation to me.
Wow.
Okay. That looks like a conversation to me.
God damn, we guys writing SS.
Again, I don't like these two. I think, for all intents and purposes, Amru Fuddle is a loser. That's my personal opinion. It doesn't matter. It has no bearing on this at all. None whatsoever. And all these people are like, why would you defend these scum? I don't care if they're scum. I don't care if they're saints. Did they do what you claim? No? Then shut the fuck up.
That's facts. That's facts. He's not going to bring his own bias into it. He's going to stand on some integrity and be like, listen, you motherfuckers is lying. This is a false Me Too. This is some bullshit. This is some girl trying to finesse the play out here. That's what she's trying to do. She came with an agenda. She came to basically try to reject him. Try to make him want her so she can reject him. That's what she came to do. She's getting a kick out of rejecting him. This is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. You stay at a nigga's crib till 5 a.m., then act like you have no interest. What are you doing there? Go home. You live a mile away.
What?
That's it. That's the end of the story. What am I looking at? She's out here claiming all like he's so desperate and creepy and all this stuff. You out here having full-on conversations and lengthy dude and then lying about it in the aftermath, and you want to still be taken as credible. How many lies does somebody have to tell before you start to look at them and say, why should I believe anything you...
Why should you believe anything they say? Megan Thee Stallion.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
How many lies do you have to tell before people just look at you and be like, nigga, you ain't credible. Move that shit. But you know, some people are foolish. And that's why they end up.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled.
And ain't nobody got time for that.
You say you've already tried to misrepresent things for your own personal gain. Why should I believe any part of this story? Oh, well, But maybe she misremembered. Bruv, this is a conversation on text. You have records of this. You have time to go send screenshots to H3 to try to expose this dude. But
Right.
you don't have any records of these conversations? Really? Get the fuck out of here.
Trip, and me and my friend were saying, like, you know, it would be fun to sit here and, like, make him look dumb. Like, he sits here and he thinks that he can get all these women, but then a 19-year-old, like, doesn't, like, you know, like, rejects him.
See that? That was her whole goddamn agenda. Oh, yeah, you're this big, strong alpha male that gets all these girls. You have all these girls in your studio, so let me come through and reject you and try to put you on blast so you look stupid and I feel big about myself.
Whoa!
It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic.
We brushed over this slap.
This is a hit piece. And that's exactly what the fuck I told you. That there's girls that act exactly like that.
It's facts.
I said that. That's what I meant. That age will go and do that for ego because they need to prove some fucking shit.
Yep.
That was 100% ego.
Right.
Yep.
Just to prove something. Oh, you think you're good? You think you're good?
Yep.
Perfect. That's a hit piece. Now,
Facts.
this kind of behavior does not show whenever they say that, you know what, it's only 10% of claims that are false claim. This is a false claim.
It's facts.
But it's not reported because Fresh or Fit are not going to report that shit. But things like that happen because they feel ashamed, because it's pride, because of whatever, whatnot, because they need to prove a point, because they dislike someone.
Perfect. Perfect.
To this day. To this day. To this day.
Perfect.
All right, so Preach was spitting some facts right there.
Someone will do that. Will do that.
Spitting facts. But I have to say this because I just remembered this as I'm watching it. ABBA, if any ABBA and Preach fans, please send ABBA and Preach the prostate milking video. We need an explanation for that. What the fuck was that? We still haven't had an explanation for that. You were getting milked, my nigga. What the fuck is that? We need an explanation.
Just because I dislike the dude, so I'm going to go out of my way to lie, to create a whole story to do that. But it's not going to be reported. Why? Because guys, shut the fuck up about that shit. So whenever you come and talk to me about
facts, man, facts,
I'm going to go out of my way to lie, to create a whole story to do that. But it's not going to be reported. Why? Because guys, shut the fuck up about that shit. So whenever you come and talk to me about false claims that are reported as only that, shut the fuck up about that shit because that shit is not real.
I just want to appreciate something. We glanced over this last time, but just think of how manipulative and how much of a fucking loser you have to be to despise someone, go out of your way to interact with this person so you can then afterwards reject them. So you want to lead somebody on, pretend you have interest, so you can be like, you fucking loser? You wanted me? Get out of here. I would never... How much of a loser you have to be to go out of your way to spend time with people you apparently
despise, right?
So basically, he kept like texting me every day.
She goes, okay. If only we didn't have plans for the day, I can ask Isabella to text him too. Okay, don't sweat it. What time are you guys done with your day stuff? I'm thinking sometime around 7 to 8ish. Okay, and then I respond. Oh, she sends me that at 1:22 p.m. I don't send her anything. She sends me a message the next day, 2:52 a.m. You should add the Jeopardy song to the soundboard.
No, he's texting me so
I hate your show so bad, but here's a tip to make it better, because, I hate it so bad, so it would be better if you...
You stupid.
Who give my...
Bro, well, I don't even get mad about this, though. I just think, what a loser.
Fucking loser.
And you know what it is?
Fucking loser.
You know what it is?
You're abominable.
Okay, I'm going to tell you guys two
fucking
things. One,
bum.
there's people who take a tremendous amount of pride in rejecting people.
Absolutely.
Absolute dweebs. I remember one time I shot my shot with this girl in person. She said no. I said, cool, have a good day. Come to find out, she went to tell half the people in her community that she rejected. I was like, why would you tell people? I asked you on a date. You said no. Let's keep it pushing. Why would you go tell people that I was like some fucking? But some people are like that.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, what's up?
We can hear you. All right, awesome. Okay.
Now this is a clip from Fresh and Fit where a caller called in and tried to challenge Myron on the story regarding to the 19-year-old basic Eminem looking chick. Where's her picture? I gotta pull up her picture, because why the fuck? My whole thing is like, yeah, I know y'all niggas fuck a lot of girls and it's quality and y'all don't really give, it's quantity, y'all don't really give a fuck about quality, but at some point.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Whoops, wrong one. Yo, have some standards, y'all. Y'all high value men out here, have some fucking standards. Y'all don't need to be fucking with some 19-year-old Eminem looking bitches. You know what I mean? You don't need that.
So I am your first H3 fan, so I would be considered as a hater. I just have a few comments and like questions for you guys.
Okay.
Let's keep it limited because we got a lot of people on the line. So pick your most important question.
Okay, so I guess, I guess the biggest thing that I have is when you were talking about the kind of the end of the story with the girl and how she was saying that she went into the apartment and she wasn't really having it, and you kissed her and then she wasn't having it again, and then she like kind of went in the bathroom and then she came back in and then you kissed her again and they got on top of her and you lifted up her shirt. So I think the problem that you kind of went wrong with that is, even if a girl is saying that she wants to do stuff, or if a girl is leading you on or wanting to do something with you, up until the moment that she says no, that's when you have to cut it off. Because if you don't, that kind of goes into the area of sexual assault. So like, even if you're having sex with somebody and they're like, okay, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore, you have to stop, or otherwise it's going to pretty much be considered as rape. So I think where you went wrong is you were kissing her, she had her hands, was trying to shove you back, and then you kind of pulled off and you pulled up her shirt without her permission. You didn't really ask if it was okay. She had been giving you signs pretty much all night, even if she came over to your place, that she wasn't comfortable with that. And I think where you went wrong is when you lifted up her shirt, and I think what made her upset, what clearly made her upset, was when you commented on her boobs and was saying whatever, and that's just, it just doesn't look good. That's what I'm saying. That's, I think, where you went wrong.
Did you watch the show?
Do I watch the show?
No, did you watch the show today?
Your guys' show? Yes, I watched the full 5 hours.
So what part of him not stopping did you not watch? He clearly stops. Was on his phone.
So I know that. So yes. So I know. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So for you to assume that's SA, if you watch the show, I'm trying to put this together here. Were you watching the show at all? Because that was not in any form SA.
Yeah, I said I was. I watched the full 5 hours.
Good. So you should know the moment she said nah, he backed off, went on his phone, did his thing, and she did too. What's your point here?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so I understand that. I think the problem is he should have backed off as soon as he kissed her in the very beginning. Because once he got to the point where he was like lifting up her shirt, she didn't consent to that at all. And so that's where I think he went wrong.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship with a guy right now at the moment?
I was, but not anymore.
Okay. I'm assuming you're not. Well, number one, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. Are you a virgin?
No.
Okay. So let me get this straight. And this is a perfect. This is for the chat here. No. It's not about that. This is really for the guys to learn here, because we all watch the same podcast, but it's amazing how you're interpreting something else differently. I don't know if you watched it for real, but let's assume, let's give you the benefit of doubt that you watched it for real, because everyone in the chat is kind of laughing at you right now, saying like, "Yo, did you even watch it?" Whatever it may be. So this is kind of the difference. I always say on this podcast, you don't ask a fish how to fish, you ask the fisherman. So I have a question for you. Last time you had sex, did your guy really go up to you and say, "Is it okay if I raise your shirt? Is it okay if I kiss you? Is it okay if I can touch your buttocks? is it okay if I can insert my fingers into your vaginal wall?
No,
Did he answer the question? Did he say all these things?
No, yeah. I'll answer your question. Yeah, the last time that I did, he asked. He normally asked beforehand because I had.
He asked at every advancement like that.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
I'm not buying that. Oh, can I touch your leg? All right, cool. Can I kiss your neck? All right, cool. Can I kiss your boobs? All right, cool. Can I suck on your boobs? All right, cool. Can I touch higher up on your thigh? All right, cool. Can I finger you? All right, cool. Like what?
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Hell no! Trash ass nigga.
He asked it every step of the way.
Yeah, he normally he says beforehand. He's like, "Are you in the mood? Like, would you want to? Are you okay with this?" He always asks me if I'm okay.
Okay. And where is that guy?
Appreciate it.
Okay, and where is that guy now? Exactly. So here's the thing. You can say what you want to say. This is a perfect example of what I mean when I say women don't know. Let me finish. Let me finish my point.
Are you saying that no. Hold on.
No.
I'll let you finish. You're saying.
Oh shit, I'm dissing. Yo, Montrell Rather, you're supposed to have a fucking what do you call them shits? A wrench. Here. Let me update that shit. I'm dissing. How come I'm like, why don't I see a motherfucking wrench right there? Alright, you got that now.
That because I said that I wanted to consent through the process, but that's why he left me.
I did not say that. Are you listening?
No, I just don't understand when you're like, oh,
That's the problem.
where is he now?
That's the problem. You're not listening. Yes, I said, where is he now? You broke up with him, correct?
No, I'm listening.
Did you break up with him?
No. It was a mutual parting.
Bruh.
Whoa!
You stupid.
Mutual partings are the biggest fabrications of all time. You didn't mutually split. Someone wanted the fuck out and someone basically agreed because you can't hold them hostage. There's no mutual parting.
Someone initiated the breakup. Who was it?
Both of us. There's a lot of other things that were going on.
Okay. All right. Either way, the point is that this nice guy that was asking you for consent every step of the way is no longer in the picture. And I'm willing to bet his timid, shy, and passive attitude is a big part of it. Okay? Now, here's the other thing, too. That's just one component. I'm sure there's other parts of it as well. But here's the thing you don't understand. Successful men... Yo. I let you speak. All right? Because we're gonna break this down. We're going to break this down because it's very obvious you weren't listening to the podcast. You were hearing, but you weren't listening.
No. I'm listening.
Look, right now, you won't... Right now, I'm literally speaking and you're speaking.
My bad.
Okay? So this is what I'm saying when I say that women think they know what they want, but they really don't. Okay? Now, you're saying I should have went ahead and asked for consent and all this other stuff. Let's use some common fucking sense, which is what makes me think that you didn't watch the podcast. She had multiple times where she could have left. If she was really that offended from the first kiss, right? And she didn't want it. Why the fuck did she stay, change her clothes, contact her friend, says she feels safe, but she's mad about the Listerine, ask for alcohol, put on a hoodie, get comfortable, go into my bedroom. Use some common sense here. If you were truly offended, you can just leave. But she didn't. She stayed. Which is why everyone in the chat is laughing at you right now. Because clearly... I would not be in the position where I kissed her a second time, seeing her titties, if she did not want to stay. What did I say before? Women get turned on like a volume knob. Men get turned on like a light switch. In other words, for a woman, it's got to go 1, 2, 3, fucking 4. So if you see me at 5, that means that 4 was prior to that, and 3 was prior to that, and 2 was prior to that. Okay? Whether I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quickly, or I do 1, 2, 3. It did not change the fact that I got to... Yo, shut up. It does not change the fact that I got to number 5, okay? Because I followed the steps, okay? So you can say what you want to say. I don't think you should have asked for consent here, whatever. She stayed in the house. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's use some common sense here, man.
Yep.
She wanted to come over. It's very obvious. And here's the other thing, too. She lied throughout the podcast, and I have documentation of it. You think she's telling the truth now? When everything else, from a logical standpoint, shows that she wanted to stay in the place? Come on, man. I guarantee you, if I was your brother or if I was your son, you'd be thinking differently. You would say that bitch is lying. That's the difference. But it's easy for you to point your fucking fingers and say some stupid shit like that because you weren't listening to understand. You were listening to try to come in and say, whoa, well, I wouldn't do it that way. Congratulations. You're a woman and you don't know what you're attracted to.
You know, some women actually act like men aren't humans. Like we're just some disposable robot fucktards that they can just do anything to and dispose of anyway, and they don't give a fuck about anything that happens to men until they bring it back to if I was your son or if I was your brother or if I was a relative, you would be thinking differently. And then it hits women, and then they're like, oh shit. Some of those women are flawed like that, where they don't think men's feelings, men's emotions, men's lives don't matter at all. It's fuck us.
That's a fucking fact. There was a study that proved women don't know what they're aroused by. Empirical fact done by Northwestern University in Illinois.
Damn.
Okay? They literally attach electrodes, okay, to women's genitals and a clicker. All right? And they did the same thing for the men.
Hold on. You said you said it was what? What was it called?
There was a study done at Northwestern University. I have it in the link tree. Okay? I'm going to summarize it real quick and show you that I know what I'm talking about when I say women don't know what. Yo, shut up. You need to be quiet.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Like you're just over here talking.
Shut
like,
up,
what are you doing?
Meg.
Okay, this isn't about you anymore. This is for the audience so they can understand what's going on here. You're clearly incorrect here, so I'm gonna have to show you how you're incorrect so the people can learn here.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you just keep talking. Anyway, I can see why it was potentially a mutual breakup now. But anyway, back to what I was saying. When I say women don't know what they're aroused by, it's been proven. I'm not just talking shit. They did a study, okay? Simply put, this is the Cliff Notes. They attach electrodes to women's genitals, and they gave them a clicker. They attached electrodes to men's genitals, and then they gave him a clicker. They showed erotic images, okay? Heterosexual sex, gay sex, monkeys banging, all this other shit, okay? Well, guess what happened? The men, when they clicked on something, they were actually aroused by it. So in other words, men are honest and linear in what they like sexually. With the women, however, the women only clicked on things that were politically correct and acceptable by society. However, they were aroused by a multitude of different things, to include monkeys banging, dude walking on a beach, etc. So in other words, what women say they're attracted to versus what they are attracted to are two different fucking things.
Yep.
So when I tell you that you, as a woman, more than likely don't know what you're aroused by, I'm not just talking shit. It's been proven empirically. Okay? I'm not just here on a podcast making ridiculous accusations. So, to spin it back all the way, this girl stayed at my place, and I would not arrive at 5 if I did not go 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. The problem is that you see 5, you listen to her stupid story, assume I went 1 to 5, not understanding that it was already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she's already shown you that she's not credible because she's lied before, so what makes you think she's telling the truth now? And all the logical facts shows, why the fuck would you stay here if you truly felt like you were not safe?
Because she's lying.
You have anything to rebut that? Go ahead.
She can't.
You admitted that what she said in the end was accurate. You could have said that you never kissed her at all, or you could have said that you never lifted up her shirt. You admitted that you did those things.
Because it's the truth.
What? What's wrong with that?
Why lie?
Now she's just glossing over everything he said and going back to, oh, you admitted he did all those things. Yeah, he did. But you're glossing over the fact that there was a logical progression to that point. It wasn't just, oh, your boobs, got him. It's not, no. Come on, man.
Her at all, or you could have said that you never lifted up her shirt. You admitted that you did those things.
Because it's the truth.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Why lie?
But I'm saying that the way that you went about it isn't well or okay. And it's
Once again, she ignored everything he said and acted like he just went up to her, lifted up her shirt, and she was like, It's not what happened. It's not what happened.
Not something that you should be doing.
Were you not listening this whole time?
No, I was listening. So where do you think that you're going to end up with this? Like, what's the long-term goal in all this? Like, are you planning to get married?
That's irrelevant to the question.
This podcast?
That's irrelevant to the question. You're not going to go ahead and move the goalpost here.
What in the goddamn hell what are your long-term goals and would you want to get married? What the hell does that have to do with anything? Do you just want to talk to these niggas? Is this just an undercover fan that just wants a conversation? Because what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
What about what I said is incorrect?
It is relevant to the question.
No, it's not.
because What you were saying about the
You're
whole study,
saying
I'm
no,
reading
it
the
is not.
study right
You're
now.
moving the goalpost.
The study that
You're
you're
moving the
talking-
goalpost.
Hold on, I let you talk. You gotta let me talk, buddy. Let me talk.
Yo, I hate when motherfuckers do that. You gotta let me talk. Why? Is it your show? Or is it your platform? You get a voice if they allow you to get a voice. It's a privilege.
So,
Now when you say
I'm
stupid
reading
things.
the study that you. How come you get to cut over me, but I can't cut over you?
Because it's my show and you're calling in and you're saying asinine things that aren't true. You're trying to move the goalpost. First, you're saying, hey, well, this wasn't appropriate. Is that correct? I literally defined to you that I would not have arrived at that position where I'm seeing her titties and being able to make a conclusion. Hey, these things are lopsided. Have I not properly escalated? She could have left when I said her breast stank, but she didn't.
She had more Listerine, by the way.
When I told her breast stank,
What do you think about
if
it?
you're offended and you don't want to be there, you can just leave. But what did she do? She went and gargled that motherfucker.
She refused to leave until she felt like she had some sort of one-up on him. Until she got to the point of, oh, we're about to have sex. Nope, we're not doing it. I control sex. I rejected you. Yeah, you're horny waiting. That's what she wanted. She stomached everything. She took all the insults. She took the Tim Dillon name calling, the breath stank, the awkward, misshaped or mismatched boobs, whatever the fuck he said. She took all of that shit, knowing that she just wanted the one up. She came with a motive, with an agenda.
Twice. 6 hours in.
What do you,
Offended and you don't want to be there, you can just leave. But what did she do? She went and gargled that motherfucker.
Twice. 6 hours in.
what's your view on if you're having sex with a woman and she tells you to stop and you don't stop? Do you
All right,
consider
you
that
took the
rape?
L on the first question. We're gonna move on to the next caller. But this was. I hope you guys clicked that.
Woman and she tells you to stop and you don't stop. Do you
All right,
consider
you
that
took the
rape?
L on the first.
What's your view on if you're having sex with a woman and she tells you to stop and you don't stop? Do you
All right,
consider
you
that
took the
rape?
L on the first question. We're gonna move on to the next caller. But this was. I hope you guys clicked that. That is literally textbook. I'm gonna just. I feel like that wasn't right. What?
No means no.
All right, she's.
No means no, and I did what she did. She said, "Oh."
So basically, this was January, the beginning of the year.
Fuck all this
You
shit.
end-
Let's get into the lies.
And she ended up flying me out to Miami to visit her for about.
Heard this
that
part.
Fresh had a lot more followers, and he seems to be wealthy. And I was wondering
Yes,
how did he get? What's his background?
So basically, what had also, by the way, like I spoke to Sam before I came on, but the reason why I called in was because I saw your videos for a while and you guys were asking questions that like I knew the answers to, and I was like, I have to call you guys in. But basically he's the one that recruits, like him and his team recruit the girls, but it's mostly like Walter that goes to like these events at clubs. So he goes to the clubs and he's the one that goes out there to like, I guess like advertise them and stuff. I don't know exactly I don't know, but he's the one that goes out, and Myron just like stays behind at home and doesn't really do anything. So like Walter, yeah.
That's so Fresh is actually the brains behind the operation. He's the secret
Yeah.
mastermind. He's the genius. He's running the operation.
Picking coconuts in Barbados.
I mean, coconuts in
Yeah.
Barbados, man. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes out, and the craziest part too is
No, she came to this podcast talking like she knew everything about the podcast, like she had some sort of inside scoop on the details of the podcast, and everybody that watched the podcast was just like, really, nigga? Like, we know how the operation's set up. We know who plays which role. We know that Myron, he doesn't go out like that. He doesn't party. He doesn't drink. We know all of that shit coming from their mouth. Just nothing here is groundbreaking, and a lot of it's inaccurate, which they proved on their 5-hour long live stream. So, come on, man.
That he went out to clubs, and my friend had tagged along with him a few times because he invited her out with him. But he doesn't drink, neither does Myron. But they go out to these clubs to, like, I guess, like, speak to people, and like they don't drink like a sip of liquor, like they refuse to.
That's so fucked up. Well, you know why? They're trying to find drunk girls to take advantage of.
No, these guys are multimillionaires now. They are from my generation. These niggas is hardworking and focused. So, being that hardworking and that focused and that wired to the point where you're not drinking no alcohol, you're not smoking no weed, these guys are dedicated to what they're doing and they're focused. That's why they're getting the results that they're getting. They're very hardworking. You got to give that to them. Whether you agree with their points, you disagree with their points, you like them, you don't like them, you have to acknowledge and respect the work. They put in a lot of work into it. I couldn't do that shit. I ain't going. You wouldn't ever catch me going out to the club or something like that, not smoking, not drinking, straight sober the whole night. Fuck out of here. But that's them. They're focused on their shit, so I'm not gonna hate on that. At the end of the day.
Holy shit, that's so creepy.
Yeah, but when I had flown out to Miami, my first day there, I slept the whole day. But my second day, me and her had gone out to like a little hotel pool party, and after that, he invited us back to his apartment to have to hang out with him and stuff. Because I had talked to him over the phone a few times, but when we went to his apartment, we spoke to him. I met his dog and stuff. He was very cool, down to earth. And then my friend had asked if we could be on the podcast, and he was like, "Okay, you guys can come on." So we went on 2 days later, and then that's when I had my whole experience, before, during, and after on the podcast.
So what I'm hearing so far is fresh as the brains. He's actually a sweet guy, which I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think the whole funny thing that you're touching on is how they complain about women being gold diggers, but they're finding women to date on on sugar daddy websites. It makes no sense.
Yeah. And the more I get into this stuff, I kind of had my own debate with Myron off camera. It's just they're very, I could say Fit is a very insecure man from my experience with him. But it's a very
you say I don't understand why men don't stick together like women do. This is why I don't deal with Western women. The reason why men don't stick together is because men are more logical in the sense of we'll stick with what the fucking facts are, what is right. I'm not gonna just be like, oh, you're a man. I'm gonna take up for you. Meanwhile, you're doing all the fuckery in the world, and I know you're wrong, and I know you're touching girls against their will, but I'm not. That's why we don't do it. But women will lose all sorts of integrity. They would lose all sorts of. Jeez, I'm drawing blanks. I'm drawing blanks with these words right now. They'll lose all credibility, dying on the cliff of girl power. We riding with girls. We sticking together with girls. They'll lose all their credibility, dying on those cliffs, knowing that they're dead ass wrong. So it's good that men don't do that, but we should stick to what's right and what the facts are. That's why you see Abba and Preach standing up for Fresh and Fit, saying it's a false Me Too, when they don't even fucking like them. They just know what's real. My bad, yo. I'm struggling out here. It's kind of late. I need more water, and I'm drinking Coke instead, and this ain't working. I'm going to have to get some more water. Let's get back into it.
hypocritical podcast. I mean, it's already known, but it's disgusting. I don't know. I just can't stand them.
All right, so tell me about the day, because I know you had some interesting run-ins with Myron, a.k.a. Fit. So tell me about the day of the podcast leading up to it. Let's start there.
So the day of the podcast, they have the podcast in like this apartment building. So when we got there, they basically told us the floor to go up to. So when we got up there, you walk in and right away, like they tell you to stay quiet, like stay silent. You can't speak. And they had like a segment going on. Yeah, it was live. So they were telling us to stay quiet. And then that's when they had us fill out like the the consent form, like to be on camera, and they told us to take off our shoes. They said that there's no shoes and no vaping, because they said that if you vape, they think the fire alarm's gonna go off, and then that's.
But in most, only few men stick together, even in the face of facts. Salute to Abba and Preach. Well, yeah, I guess more men need to stick up when you have the facts on your side too.
Not true.
After that,
yeah, there's that.
yeah, and after that, they finished the segment, and that's when Walter came over to me and my friend, and then all the girls started coming in, and they had like this. I believe he was the sound tech guy, because he kept telling us to speak into the mic, but he told us the rules. So he came up to us and he told us, listen, like when you go.
All right, man. This girl just lies for a long time. Y'all want to continue watching this H3 reaction with this girl lying, because we already know that she's been lying. We already have all the receipts come out. Abba and Preach reacted to the text messages. I don't have Myron's breakdown with the whole text messages, but it's on Fresh and Fit's channel. They did a 5-hour comprehensive breakdown of this entire situation. I really don't care to hear this nigga, because he's not even investigating her properly. He's just letting her say whatever the fuck she wants to say, and this continues for a long time, and they kind of talk shit and kind of hate on Fresh and Fit. So y'all can check that on the H3's channel. I'm not going to listen to the rest of this, to be honest. I'm copping out early. I know I wanted to do this reaction for y'all. I've got through a lot of it. It chopped up this part of this girl talking. Try to look out for y'all when it came to this reaction, but I do not want to listen to this fat nigga on H3 listening to this basic lying ass bitch. I don't want to do that right now. I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. I want to be enthused about the work I do for y'all. This ain't it right now. We're gonna wrap this one up. We have a lot more things to talk about. I don't want to talk about this bum anymore. Let's be real. Well, I can't even call him a bum. These guys are doing successful work on YouTube, so I ain't going to get in my hater bag. But I don't know too much of his work, so it is what it is. This was weak as fuck. He shouldn't have done this, trying to stick a false Me Too. This is not men sticking together. Yeah, this is just like your point, Refined Nomad. This is just like your point. Men not sticking together in the face of facts. Yeah, this is him being just doing the hit piece. This is whack as fuck. This is whack as fuck. I have a lot of people to call out on this platform. I have a lot of people to call out. A lot of motherfuckers have been stealing my shit, stealing my verbiage, stealing my words, stealing everything, stealing my style of show. And I'm like, God damn, this is what Tommy's talking about. Motherfuckers just do this. You take a couple days off or something, you see someone doing your shit, stealing your terms. It's crazy. I'm gonna have to do a whole video. I don't want to make any vague call outs right now where we got to do a full deep dive on this shit. What's going on with this? Fuck life. Fuck. This is what happens when you live stream so late. I don't usually live stream this late like this. I had a full point, but it completely slid out of my mind just now. I was about to say some shit about something. Who knows? Who knows? Shout out to everybody in the chat, though. Shout out to everybody for staying up for this stream and tapping in to us breaking down the fabrications of a 19-year-old broad. That was another point, too. It's like, my nigga, this girl just turned 19. Well, I don't know if she just turned 19, but she's a 19-year-old girl. She looks like that. Should have passed on the play. These things are avoidable. These type of situations where you thought she was a plant initially. People were saying she was a plant. We've seen the footage of her. I broke down everything she said in the podcast. She kind of came with an agenda. Her behavior they should have been able to scope that out. They should have been able to use a basic level of observation hockey to scope that out, but they didn't. It is what it is. Yeah, that's one thing I was talking about too. These motherfuckers be stealing my anime terms. I'm like the first nigga that brought the anime terms to these talk shows, and these motherfuckers be stealing my shit. talking about, oh, these girls be doing these genjutsus, and I'm like, nigga, where the fuck did you get that shit from, you fucking frauds? I think now I'm not talking about Fresh and Fit right here because they didn't do that shit. They have their own anime references. I'm not talking about Fresh and Fit. I'm talking about other creators. There's other creators with very large platforms having hundreds of thousands of views and stealing my rhetoric, stealing my shit. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so you're going to say it on your large bitch-ass platform with your 300,000, 200,000 subscribers, whatever the fuck you have, and people think you said the shit first. Like, you're making this a staple. Niggas start talking like that, and it's because of you said it first. Nah, you stealing from smaller creators, and you bringing it to a larger platform. Y'all know that was my initial issue with Kevin Samuels when I talked about him doing bitch-ass back behind the scenes stuff. Like, rest in peace. Like, I'm not talking shit about the dead now, but that's what I said back then. That was the exact same word I said. He was doing bitch-ass shit behind the scenes because there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that. And people do stuff, and he took one of my things and credited it to somebody else. And I was like, nigga, you really did that? But it is what it is. People are going to be thieves. Like, even when it comes to the drops, I stole this drop, but it's not even stealing because I reference who the fuck I got it from. And every time I play this right here. Not drop, sound effect.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Yeah, this I got that from Mr. Skinny. And when I played it, I'm like, yeah, I stole that shit from Mr. Skinny's channel. Chest out. Fuck you thought. But these niggas just be stealing shit, trying to popularize it, have these fans running around saying shit, and then when you say something similar, or if you say the thing that you brought to the platform, all of a sudden, oh, this motherfucker said this shit first. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. I could pull back old ass videos of me bringing that shit to the platform, certain terms, and it's like I understand what Tommy was so mad about. That shit's annoying. You see people just finessing your terms from your platform, popularizing it, so when you say it now, people look at you sideways. It's like, are you kidding me? That's why when you hear these creators talking about these girls and these hoes in the streets finessing people and hitting them with these genjutsus and shit, that shit came from me first. I said that shit years ago. I even had the Mangenko Sharingan, motherfucking, what do you call them shits? Contacts. Because if you, like, man, these YouTube dweebs can't make this shit popular. They can't do it. They just want to steal people's shit. That's just what it comes down to. And I had to call that shit out. I had to squeeze that in the video because, you know what? I'm going to do the full breakdown. Fuck it. I'm going to have to do the full breakdown. I'll bring the receipts and everything. I'm going to bring the receipts and everything because y'all know I have all the anime references. NANI? I have all the fucking One Piece laughs. I have all that shit. I've been doing the anime referencing shit. So that's kind of like the most petty upload that I'm going to do, fighting for my terms, because I don't like that shit. I personally don't like it. I don't like saying shit that's originally mine and then motherfuckers like, oh, this motherfucker said this shit first. Oh, this motherfucker. Like, nah, nigga, you're taking credit for my shit. Like, I have anime tattoos and shit. I have a Sharingan on my fucking, like, nigga, come on, man. People are like, oh, that's Illuminati. It's like, nigga, learn the rules. Nigga, fuck out of here. All right, it's late, so I'm in my talking shit bag. I'm going to wrap this one up. We actually have topics to cover. I'm not going to get into my whining about motherfuckers stealing my terms. I'm pretty much complaining right now.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yep. We out.
We're in a different era. Get over it. Whoa!
Yeah.